There, now you're good.
Straightaway is where you get into the facility for the lobby of the hotel, the rooms that, as well as the offices of the development companies, the Lowe's. Together, Federal Group has been around. It's not a out of county organization. It's two of the principals are the Lowe's and the Awesomes from the Bavarian Inn. So well, long local. So they have some offices in there, but as you go through the hallway, there is the bar, the Ramsey's Tavern, which is not a traditional bar. It's a lounge that serves food as well as spirits. To the left is where the other restaurant was. It was primarily an Italian restaurant, as I remember going there. And the ballroom facilities, and then the conference rooms, as the ballroom can break down into the typical conference style rooms for breakaway sessions. Above that were the rooms. So there's approximately 100 rooms, that 168 hotel rooms that will be downsized to 82 apartments. Okay, so that's why we said from the traffic standpoint, it's cutting into of that. And as residents as opposed to transient occupants, as a hotel is, it actually has less traffic because they're now residents. A mixed-use development hopefully brings people who to live there that work in the other facilities. That's an idea of a true mixed-use development. It's concentrate some residential around offices so that people that work in the offices can reside in the apartment. So from a traffic standpoint, we believe it cuts in half. The other facilities are open, so it continues as that. The contradiction of the whole idea is the fact that it's zoned for residential right now, so we can put in 500 apartments. Okay, but we lose the commercial. So you gain 500 residences and lose the government offices, fitness center, the retail. So combine that with the fact that the comprehensive plan puts it in the urban growth boundary, the preferred growth area that allows anything, and the fact that the future land use map calls for commercial. So if anything, you lose your commercial. If you keep the zone as it is, you lose your commercial for houses. Okay. Since you're losing your commercial for houses, they have to develop residential uses. And as a residential growth zone, you can have 15 units per acre. There's 23 acres. Okay. So that's the trade-off we're trying to keep by this rezoning. In terms of the light industrial, it's in the category. And although the comprehensive plan discourages, it doesn't prohibit, which they had an opportunity to do, but it was particularly written that say, let's not do away with this mixed use zone. There's one other zone that could work, and that's the commercial residential zone, but the first floor being all commercial exceeds the percentage that's allowed under that zone. So you have to shut down commercial and put residential. But the industrial not only is just limited to light, which is also is looked at. The difference between light and heavy is not just the noxious items that Jenny said, but it's also a high user of water, which heavy industrial would be. So that's not going to happen. It also brings on a 200-foot setback all around the perimeter because of those houses, so you're losing, a 400 spot from front to back, side to side. So it cuts down the ability to do industrial. And I don't believe any industrial use that I know of would want to locate on the road as it's situated to cut down. When you cut down the acreage, it can actually be used for the industry after you do the setbacks and the buffers. That's not the intent of the current owners. The current owners aren't intending to sell it. One thing that Jenny didn't mention either is the fact that any use, including the commercial now, would be subject to the Article 8.1 of the zoning ordinance, which regulates sound, vibration, smoke, visual. You can't exceed and the sound goes down to like 60 decibels during certain portions of the day, primarily, after 5, and like 75 decibels during the main portion of the day. And that's not a lot of decibels. I'm probably speaking above 70.
Okay. Stop yelling.
At the property. What's that?
I said, stop yelling. Just teasing, I'm sorry.
Sounds like your family. So you do have a lot of restrictions in there, plus you have to go through the site plan process for that type of facility that would kick in like a redevelopment of the facility. Parking would have to be redone, the access points would have to be relooked at. And we are looking at the fact of opening up Potomac. That's always been on the table. The last negotiations to open that just broke down a little bit on who pays what.
Okay.
Okay, so, everybody needs to participate on the maintenance. And that's where those discussions kind of broke down. And we know that those will probably renew. And it would be nice to have a secondary entrance, of course.
Yeah, well, I think that might be a good first entrance, maybe for the people who live nearby. They might prefer that, if it's going to be there.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Take that into consideration. Thank you.
So yeah, I just, to one of your points, I do have a question. So it's a 168 room hotel right now that you assume is not constantly used. It's sporadic, peak times, right? To an 82 unit apartment that would be occupied. So I would think that traffic would be consistent and it wouldn't be necessarily cut in half. It would be more of a volume of traffic, particularly people coming home from work or going out to do their retail shopping, grocery shopping or whatever. So I'm just trying to understand the traffic being cut in half, making it more of a permanent residence and consistent traffic versus sporadic use as a hotel.
Just by virtue of the number, residential traffic count is about seven trips per day. So hotel would be similar to that in terms of trips per day. So whether or not it's used like we think it will be used.
Right.
Again, with the mixed use, planners would like to believe that the mixed use of a restaurant, a lounge, and fitness takes care of some of the trips for the occupants, because that's usually who would look at leasing the apartments, would be people interested in the facilities as they exist in terms of the mixed use.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, so that's if you're a pure planner that reads theory.
Yeah.
Jefferson County doesn't necessarily always follow that theory because it's a different place.
Yeah, I think we have some strictly residential that has gone up and has caused traffic problems in the area because of the planning of entrance and exits to some of these developments. And that's my overarching concern for the folks that live there now and the flow of traffic.
And again, if it stays that zone and we lose the commercial that's existing, it wouldn't be 82 apartments. It would have to be maximized to take care of that you lose. So it would probably be 300 apartments or more.
Okay.
And they continue to pay the 120,000 plus in taxes per year, even as the use has gone down. And COVID wasn't anybody's wish. We'd rather run the hotel and the convention center with weddings and things that were operated in the place.
Do you have any other questions for the commissioner?
I do not.
All right.
Yeah.
Hearing none, I'd like to move a motion to approve this zoning map amendment as presented by the applicant, and like to state in that motion that it is consistent with the comprehensive plan.
I second.
And we have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Wait, I'm opposed.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
trying to
here.
get my words together because I was going to make comments and you're moving
Oh,
really
okay.
fast.
You want to- You're opposed.
Yes. I'm gonna
Motion carries
oppose.
3-1. So sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we're gonna move on to those of you who are chimed in now. We did have technical difficulties did take care of agenda item number 6. There was no action taken on that agenda item. We went back to agenda item number 5. We just finished up with that one. Now we're going to move to agenda item number 7, Miss Sandy Hamilton. Thank you all for being patient by me. We can leave that player, or we can turn it off. We can turn it off. It might be easier. The floor is yours, man.
Thank you.
We usually don't have these problems. This is the first time this year.
I have nothing to do with it. You're right. Happy to be here and appreciate the time on the agenda. I'm here tonight on behalf of Telamon. It's an organization that you may or may not be familiar with, but I have the executive director of the organization here with me tonight as well. I serve as the president of the community board for the organization, and I've been on that board for about 12 years now. We have had an ongoing concern that we haven't had adequate representation from Jefferson County. And we want you guys around the table. We have money that we can spend, particularly to help with housing, affordable housing, to help our veteran population, and to help the citizens throughout the Panhandle. And we feel like we can better spend that money and use it where it's needed for Jefferson County if we have representation from you. So it doesn't have to be a commission member. It can be if you're so inclined, or it can be anyone that you would like to appoint. We meet bi-monthly, and we meet at the Telamon office on Edwin Miller Boulevard. It's the old DMV office there.
Oh, okay.
We meet at 4 o'clock. Typically, our meetings last an hour because that's just the way I conduct the meeting. We always have the option to join digitally, so you can come in through a GoToMeeting or a Zoom option, so you don't have to physically be there if it's more convenient to be here and join us. But we've been lacking full participation and representation from Jefferson County for quite some time. And I just thought, since you were so kind, give me a few minutes on the agenda tonight, that we bring that to your attention and see if we could get representation, start spending more money in Jefferson County.
We could put that on our agenda to, see if we get volunteers or one of us to serve on it.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe we could put that for advertisement.
I thought that Claire was
So I think
appointed.
Claire and I split the first year, and then I believe Claire took over.
Yeah, I think.
And
Claire
I-
said-
Yes, we want two.
Oh,
We have two from Berkeley, we want two. I'm sorry, I should have probably said that up front. We have one now, but we need two.
The commission and the citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what day of the week did you say you met?
It's typically on a Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay.
Usually it's the first Wednesday every other month. We have a schedule and we can send that out.
Okay.
And we love Claire and thank you. We completely understand that you're busy. We are the community action agency for Berkeley and Jefferson County. So we want to hear from you. You know what the needs are in your county. So, but we can definitely send that out to you. Typically we meet the first Wednesday. But in the event that there's a holiday, we respect that, so we move it to the second Wednesday of the month.
Just say this.
We've had a new social services liaison that just started this week, Jennifer Verdugo.
We were just talking about
I never talked to her to see if she has
Yes.
some interest and availability.
So what we would have to do is advertise the position, right? And what to post it, ask for people to submit a resume, we interview and then appoint. I would definitely, yeah. So I don't certainly have a problem. I don't think we need a.
Are there any other criteria, just any citizen, like do you have any?
No, we just want to know what your needs are, how we can help. We know what your needs are. We know your needs are great because we do serve your community, but we want representation there. Our next meeting is May the 3rd. I don't know if that's too soon.
Yeah, that's probably.
Um,
Well,
We
we
can
could advertise first.
advertise it first, and then that is a
Well, it's gotta
possibility
get in
about
the
Mm-hmm.
the.
weekly paper so that there's a reason like. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I have a question. How do you work with the Eastern Panhandle Home Consortium? I've never understood the difference really between Telamon and the Home Consortium.
Well, we can both address that, I'm sure, but initially, just a little bit of history, and when I first became involved with Telamon, they were solely an organization that worked with migrant seasonal farm workers.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense with orchards, yes.
And as that industry has evolved and that has changed in our community, the organization has evolved. They're based out of North Carolina. They're in 11 states now, and we're thankfully one of the states. But we've had more of an emphasis recently on the homeless population and those who are needing affordable housing, helping with, we have renters programs and financial workshops to help people understand. So we work with Nancy. She's
All the time.
awesome.
Okay, all right, well,
It's just another arm.
okay.
We actually work with many community partners. There's enough poverty to go around to everyone. So we'll take all the partners that we can get. We don't have enough funds. So we are very, very strategic about spending them, and we don't want to duplicate services.
Right.
So we work very, very closely with our partners. We share our information. We understand that we're using federal funding, and we want self-sufficiency. We don't want to be a handout. We want to be hand up. We want to make a change. So Nancy is great. We work very well with Nancy. We just submitted a new application, and we're trying to assist because MRAP was something. So we're trying to come in after MRAP and be able to help individuals that still need affordable housing, but for long term. So.
All right, thank you.
We also help with utilities.
Well,
We
that's
help
what I,
with food. We have,
Yeah.
so it encompasses a little bit more than what Nancy
water
has
and sewer
capability.
bills are a huge,
Huge.
huge problem for people that are renting, yeah.
Right.
Okay, well, we will advertise and then we will reach out to the our new hire, Jennifer. Maybe perhaps we can maybe suggest she apply for the position. Or she might know somebody, yes. But we have to advertise first and we'll bring them before us at that point.
Could I send you a packet? And we also have a form for that. Who should I send that to?
Me.
Send it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes,
I
ma'am. Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Is she, or is Ms. Lance, is she online?
Christina? Can you hear us?
I wonder if she can phone in.
She's self-muted.
Emergency service has been in my lifestyle for 30 years. Just thought it was an opportunity to be able to get back to the community that I live in.
Okay.
Extensive background in serving in other multiple states and jurisdictions in fire, EMS, and dispatching.
All right. Does anybody have any further questions?
Well, I mean, I have a question, and this is impressive. The Or do you still work with Montgomery County Fire
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Rescue? Okay.
I spent 7 years with the Department of Defense prior to that
Okay.
on numerous casual labor positions.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else? Thank you, sir.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna move next to, is she on? We move back to Christina. Can you hear us, Christina?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, it's not working very well today.
No problem. Well, why do you desire to be on the JCESA?
Well, I have lived here for 46 years in Jefferson County. I've had my own business since 2012. With the experience with all the community and the operational management, I think I can handle a little bit more in helping out the community and working with the board with their responsibilities and provide oversight on the financial and operational management of the agency. I've spoken to several of the board members in the past who provided insight into the relationship between the board and the staff, and as well as the board and commission. And I'm well known with a lot of the members and the community here in Jefferson County.
Thank you. Does
You're
anybody else
welcome.
have further questions?
I'll just ask the same question. What do you feel is the greatest challenge facing our emergency services agency?
Well, if we could work on all the problems that are going on right now and fix them, I think everyone would be happy, but everyone has to get along, including the community, the commissioners, everyone, and then we can resolve this.
Thank you.
Anything?
You're welcome.
I don't hear any other, we don't have any questions for you. We'll move on to the next applicant. Thank you, Ms. Lance.
Thank you.
Sam, we'll move to John Breslin. Harry,
Thanks. Can I read just a one,
absolutely.
I timed it before I came up. So I can read it for you. So it lasted 1 minute and 36 seconds.
All right. We will keep, we're going to time you, make sure.
Okay. I hope I got your title, like President. Stop. You pronounce it for me.
Stop it, that's fine.
Sorry. County Commission members. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you and state my case for my appointment to the Jefferson County Emergency Services Agency Board. As there are other applicants, and my time is limited, I will be brief. My wife and I have lived in Shepherdstown for 15 years. Before that, I worked in chemicals manufacturing for 35 years. During that time, I had many interactions with emergency responders, not necessarily as a result of an incident, but to get to know them before an incident happened. I was appointed by President George W. Bush to be a board member and chair of the U.S. Chemical Safety Board, which is the chemical and oil equivalent of the National Transportation Safety Board. And during, we investigated many serious accidents all around the country. And during that time, I had During that service, which was 10 years, I had multiple opportunities to interact with firefighters and other emergency responders. Since moving to Jefferson County in 2008, I've served as a board member and chair of the County Board of Health. I did that for approximately 10 years. More recently, I've joined the local emergency planning committee, working with Steve Allen, sitting behind me here. And I'm also on the board of the Shepherdstown Water Department. I've really enjoyed the opportunity for public service in Jefferson County, getting to know and understand the county departments and their personnel. And I would be very happy to have the opportunity to serve as a citizen representative on the Emergency Services Agency. Thank you for the time to address you this evening.
Thank you. You answered my question in your opening remarks. Thank you. Does anybody else have any further questions?
What was your, I'm sorry, what was your
Well,
question?
I want to know why you wanted to serve. You answered that in your opening remarks.
I'll ask the same question. What do you see as the greatest challenge?
I think, you know, I've been following this whole issue with the switch over to a department, and I think the biggest challenge that they face now is just sorting all of this out and getting it to work properly and dealing with some of the people that I heard here earlier who are losing some of their emergency, you know, the speedier emergency response. And it's a difficult issue to
Yeah,
deal with.
it's a challenge. You're right.
It's a real challenge.
It is. Any further questions? Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move next to David Gignian. Let's pronounce that correct. Is he online? You see my trying. All right. Yeah. Okay, he's not here. All right. I'm going to open up the floor for nominations for the ESA board.
I would like to nominate Ms. Christina Lance for the Emergency Services Agency Board for one unexpired term ending June 30th, 2024.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Breslin.
Okay. All right. We have two nominations. Anybody else? Can you tell me, this is for citizens?
This is a citizen's.
So it's not, if you're involved with fire, you can't be.
I did bring the bylaws, so it, number 8 does say, no member of the board nor their immediate family members shall have any interest in any firms, partnerships, corporations, associations engaged in business or providing ambulance or fire service.
That's what I thought. Okay. Did you hear that by any chance, Mr.?
Right.
I thought that was within the county.
I'm just, that's number 8.
Yeah.
That's,
Because I provide all the services in Maryland.
Yeah.
I'm just reading, I just read verbatim.
Yeah, it's in the bylaw. It's in the bylaws that.
I mean, that's,
It doesn't limit it to.
okay, it doesn't limit it to the county. That's what he just said.
According to our attorney, it doesn't limit to the county, just so you know. So that's why when it was advertised as a citizen's rep, it does have some requirements on it. So just you know, just so you know. All right. So are there any other nominations? Hearing none, if there are no objections, I will close nominations. All in favor for Mrs. Lance, please raise your hand. All in favor of Mr. John Breslin, raise your hand. Congratulations, Christine Lance, you are our new representative on the JCESA. All right. That by 3-1 vote, sorry. We're going to move on to Jefferson County Planning Commission interviews. All right. Sorry, let me scroll down here. We'll start off with, well, I have David. It's David Giglien. Yeah, he's not here. He wasn't here at the last one. Assuming he's not going to be here at this one. And then we'll move to,
I'm looking online, Sharon.
is he online, Sharina?
for anyone online, any of these folks. They may not all be here. Thank you.
All right, we'll move to Elizabeth Ricketts.
Commissioners, thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right, I'll just ask, always ask the same question, and why would you like to be on the Jefferson County Planning Commission?
Sure. So I have lived in Jefferson County since 2000, spent most of my life here. I remember in senior year civics class doing an extensive project on urban sprawl, and at one point being asked, envision Jefferson County 2035. It was when that comprehensive plan was being worked on. And at the time in my life, I did not plan to remain here. I thought at 2035 I would be long gone. I have spent some time away and have come back and really now see this as my home, and do regret, not getting more involved back then. And now I think I have the opportunity to help shape the future of our beautiful county. I've been attending the workshops that the Planning Commission has been holding. I know obviously the comprehensive plan isn't the only thing that the Planning Commission deals with and works on, but it's definitely something I want to be a part of, and I think I could bring some good perspective.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything?
Are you ready for hard work with the comp plan?
I think so. I've gone to the last few workshops that they've held, starting at 5. I know it's a long day on Tuesdays. With my other committees and commitments, Tuesdays are one of the only days I don't have a standing committee, so I'm prepared to meet the demands of that schedule.
Okay, 'cause I know it gets intense.
Absolutely.
Probably steal Commissioner Tabb's line. What do you think the biggest challenge is for the Planning Commission and going into the comp plan?
Sure. I think just looking at things holistically, I think looking at how do we want to grow in a planned and intelligent way. I mean, the growth is inevitable, but how do we do it in a way that preserves the things we love about Jefferson County? How do we do it in a way that keeps young people here, makes people want to stay here and start their families here, start their businesses here? I think that we have a lot of competition with neighboring counties and states, and I think just making sure that we grow in an intelligent and thoughtful way is important.
What kind of things do you want to see with Jefferson County?
Sure. So I want to see us, preserve what makes this area beautiful, our historic landmarks, our wonderful downtowns, our open space and farmland, while also balancing that with the growth that is coming, that's inevitable. Obviously, if you have a great place, people are going to want to come here. So I think, again, it's just about that balance of having, jobs, having quality homes, having a variety of housing, so that we have, a mix of apartments as well as single family homes. And I think promoting public transit, this commission appointed me to the Eastern Panhandle Transit Authority, and I think that's something we can promote and see grow thoughtfully and to benefit everyone in the county.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move to Patrick Credible.
Evening, Commissioners.
How are you? I just asked the same question. Why would you like to be on the Jefferson County Planning Commission?
Well, let me just start. I moved here in 1991 with my parents when I was 10 years old, and have maintained a connection with this county ever since. I did graduate Jefferson High School, and I went off. I went and saw the world, sowed my wild oats, and I ended up back here. I came home, and I'm personally invested in this community. I'm a homeowner here, help run a law firm downtown. Been practicing law for the last 5 years in Charlestown. I think that gives me a really unique perspective on what our community needs, the people in our community. And one of the things that draws me to this planning commission is this housing issue we've got. Just about every client I've got has some sort of housing instability issues. especially court-appointed clients, this is an enormous problem in our community. It's becoming unaffordable. How do we tackle that? How do we make sure that the people who want to stay here, the people who grow up here and want to live in their own community for the rest of their lives can afford to do that? We have like the exact opposite problem with the rest of the state. Everybody, all the young people in the rest of the state leave because there's no opportunities. We've got opportunities here, but it's expensive to live here. How do we balance that? How do we keep that quality of life that we've got, but also make sure that we can keep people, we can, and again, as the people who want to come here, that we also have that. It's a balancing act. It's about priorities. I've been on the Charlestown Board of Zoning Appeals for the last year, and that's been fun. I really enjoyed that, and that's sort of one of the reasons I'm going for the Planning Commission now, because I'm seeing that these plans that we set out, really how they affect, what developers do, what people do, and I want to get in on that ground floor because the BZA, essentially you're at the end of the line there. And, frankly, we don't have as much to do there. Planning Commission, I want to help set the priorities for the county, make sure that we're going to have jobs here, we're going to have housing here, and we're going to have quality of life and all the sorts of amenities that we want in our community. We can be a rich, vibrant community that also has affordable housing for everybody. I think we can do that. And I think that the comp plans are the way to do it. Obviously, the county commission
Turning down.
We're losing connection again, just so.
All right, can we plug in the court recorder?
I don't know which button to push. So I'm not
Sorry, I know you couldn't see her.
Yeah. So,
You're good.
yeah. My question is, you're an attorney, and I know they put in long hours. Do you feel you have the time? The comprehensive plan is a very intensive process.
I do. I've got a number, in addition to BZA, I'm also the legal advisor for Jefferson County Teen Court. I do have some things, but I don't have to be home to pick up the kids from school or anything like that. So I do have and things like that. I think those are the sorts of things that I think that we can see coming sometimes, and other times that take a little digging to figure out that they may not work long term. And obviously, those are going to be case by case and very fact specific on any individual proposal. But, some other opportunities, would be, things like working with, other counties, regional organizations in terms of transportation development. That's another thing that a lot of my people I deal with all the time have problems with is transportation. I see, just how many people try to get between Charlestown and Martinsburg on a daily basis. And I mean, I still see people walking on the side of the road sometimes. Those are things that, we need to address holistically as a county. And I think that the Planning Commission can help with transportation infrastructure and developments and sort of where we go to maximize value whenever we have plans.
Thank you. Any other further questions?
No, I do.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, we're gonna move next to Aaron Howe. Are we back online, Brad?
Yeah, just texted her.
All right.
Good job.
Thank you. No, I would leave it. We're gonna leave it. Take play. We're having so many technical. All right, thank you for coming, sir. Why would you like to be on the Joe County Planning Commission?
Thank you, Commissioner. Well, for me, I am a lifelong resident of West Virginia. I have been in the county now working in the county for 17 years, living in the county for 16 years. I have extensive background with commercial banking and been involved in a lot of different projects. I'll say I'm kind of behind the scenes on that side when I'm financing those things. So I have the opportunity now to give back, given up. My schedule has actually kind of freed up for that too, to where I can put time and resources to something like the Planning Commission and serve the county, which I live.
Thank you. Anything else?
With your financial background, how will you separate yourself from what proposals that you may have knowledge of through your job or all that good stuff?
Absolutely. If those situations come up, of course, I'm going to recuse myself. I took the time to look back through meeting packets for the past 14 months just to see if I would have any specific conflicts, and I haven't done that. And that was on one specific item.
Yeah, well, I just,
Yeah,
I
find it rare.
financing, so.
Right, well, right, and so we are typically on the latter side of after someone has an approved project in that stage. So we are not on the beginning when they are moving a project through the process.
In normal circumstances.
In normal circumstances, there are some.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ma'am?
Yeah, I was just going to ask what do you see the biggest challenge for Jefferson County as far as planning and the content of it?
Absolutely. I think it's looking at what I'll say is the growth trajectory and trying to mold it to what now is going to be a comprehensive plan that we're working on. I think that trying to, I'll say I have the luxury of where I live and I work and I'll say play in the same county, and to be able to expand that out to where there are additional, I'll say jobs to allow for people to work here and live here at the same time. That's going to be a huge opportunity.
What kind of vision do you have for the future of our county?
Well, I'll go back to common sense growth. I have 2 young kids.